Hey guys, welcome to episode 16 of the Stupid Stuff podcast. Today I'm here with Buddy and Nale, and we're going to be talking about RWBY Volume 8, Episode 1, because that came out today, and it is very good.
You seemed a little surprised when I mentioned to you that that it was out today. You were like, "Oh shit, that's out today."
Yeah, I forgot
Yeah,
I forgot the
so
day that it was going to come out.
So we finally end this nightmare that is, the 2020 election on the same day that RWBY 8 comes out. So
Fucking, yeah.
kind of awkward, but
Gotta love timing, you know? It's...
everything happens at once. We've got 10 years worth of events happening in 1 year, but this episode was pretty fucking good, as far as aesthetic goes.
It was pretty solid.
I actually think they improved on a couple of the models. Yeah. So where do you want to start with this? You want to just start with
I guess
beginning to end, or you just
yeah,
wanna,
I mean beginning
go
to
through
end I
our
think
favorite
would make
things?
sense.
All right then.
So,
I think,
yeah.
Buddy, I think you just finished the episode, so do you want to have anything you want to say?
Ironwood is a moron.
I mean that's a thing that was known. But
He is only slightly. He has a slightly better plan than Clip-on Tie piloting a mech suit.
but I mean from like the beginning of the episode, like where
Yeah,
we
beginning.
start
So
with
Salem scene.
where we start with the lady like scrubbing the floor and stuff, and then it cuts to
the
Cinder.
oh right, that's the thing. So I think we are all in unanimous agreement that's Cinder.
That lady is Cinder, and we're going to get Cinder backstory, and I'm very happy about that.
I'm begrudgingly accepting it because while I've been asking it for fucking 7 years, 7 years,
8 years at this point, right?
Okay, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
What is she scrubbing at?
A floor.
The
it looks
floor.
like.
I know, but it looks like either something on the floor or there's a very specific shadow.
No, it's like dust.
It could be ash because Cinder is literally
Dusty.
Cinderella. If you haven't noticed, the glass ability, the ability to superheat and manipulate the shape of objects.
The shape of glass specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
But
she
the
can heat
dumb
other
thing-
stuff
Glass.
up, but it's like
Like, she just keeps scrubbing that one area. No wonder no one liked her. She was so bad at cleaning the floors that she cleaned, 5 inches in, I'm assuming, about a week.
Yeah. Well,
well,
she
that's
went
what
from,
happens when you
taking a
go
week
when you
to
don't
clean
get
the
paid
floors
for
to about
shit.
30 seconds to cleaning Purist clock. So I don't know, man. Too early? Is it still too early?
I don't know, but it's a good joke, but it's pretty dark. Oh, but wait. Cinder already has a... Wait a minute.
We can. I don't know. I don't know. We can
Oh.
start putting a new outfit under Cinder's column. I don't know. What is this number? 9, 10?
Okay, but you guys want to know the best part?
What?
The hand that both Cinder and Ironwood have replaced is their left hand. And they're both just pitch black.
I wonder if this is symbolism for something.
I doubt they put
Okay,
that
wait.
much thought into that, considering they fucked up which arm Yang had replaced on their merchandise.
Ah, fuck!
Okay, but
Really?
They actually forgot which arm was Yang lost on their merchandise, and so they had to reverse it.
Okay, but they gave Ironwood such a bad new arm that you can stick your finger through his new arm.
I bet they haven't added the armor and the plating yet.
I know, but you could stick your you could stick your entire hand through his new forearm.
Well, it just goes to show that it's easy to get inside of Ironwood.
Fuck.
Or just Atlas in general.
I mean, in general, all it takes is setting a chess piece on.
In
his head.
general?
Instantly- yeah, just set a chess piece on the general's ask, on his ask. Just set a chess piece on the general's desk, and he'll decide it's time to declare martial law because somebody managed to get into his office.
Whose chest plate was it they put there?
No, so it was a chess piece, not a not a chest plate.
Chess piece. Chess piece.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, the Black Queen one.
Yeah, the Black
Yeah.
Queen.
I mean, you all know the funny thing?
What?
It's actually in the Fall of Vale could technically be pinned on Ozpin
How so?
because his security was bad enough that they were able to get the virus into Ozpin's office,
True,
like
but
into his personal stuff.
To be fair, I
Ironwood
think that's more
sent
to
his
blame on
stuff down.
Ironwood.
I think I
Ironwood.
think you're right. It is to blame on
No,
Osprey because somehow
Ironwood.
Cinder managed to get into the vault because apparently there's a button on the bottom of the elevator that says "Super Secret Vault, do not enter."
Of course, yes.
And then
Ruby
beyond
Chibi, anyone?
that, yeah, and then beyond that, I'm pretty sure the virus I'm pretty sure the way that the virus got to Ironwood was through Ozpin's desk. That or it was the
No,
other way
isn't it
around.
implied that it went to Ozpin's desk, or was it? I don't know. Well, it doesn't matter. It's Volume 3 stuff. I don't think
It
matters at
came
this point.
from one of the two and it went to the other. Because it was, at that point, I don't think they had gotten into the Atlas things yet. Hold
True,
on.
because they finally pulled up Penny after the upload. Yeah, they learned about Penny afterwards.
Mm.
Either way, that scene with Salem. Let me just say that Salem in there had some really fucking good line. I think you mentioned it when you first watched the episode, as you were saying. It was basically saying, "Get fucked, Cinder. You're not even a real piece of the plan."
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, it was it was just because you're more valuable than a pawn does not mean you're a player or something like that.
You're still expendable. You're just slightly more valuable to me.
You have the powers, but I could fucking murder you and have them myself. Therefore, go fuck yourself.
Assuming Salem can even take hold of the power.
I feel like that would make sense, but then if Salem got a power, like the power of one of the maidens, she would just have that shit forever.
In
True,
that
but
case,
here's
she
another
would.
thing though. Here's another thing though. Salem already is more powerful than any one of the maidens.
That's true, except she doesn't have magic, I don't think. Does she?
She
She does.
She does. I mean, she could literally fly.
She controls the Grim.
I
too,
mean, Cinder can also fly. Oh, wait, because magic. Never mind. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Because she
uses
forced
fire.
out of her feet.
Rather than just manipulating
Iron
gravity or
Mans.
wind.
And we.
then
if
well,
you-
no, 'cause
Here's
that
the thing, it was
same.
confirmed that the maidens have other magical abilities beyond the elements. It's just easier to animate. Yeah. Miles confirmed that. I believe
Wonderful.
on the when they were talking about Volume 6, Chapter 2. I don't know.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So yeah, no, Salem has the put Cinder in her bitch place where she belongs.
and then
But we're finally
fucking
getting
Neo
some
the
Cinder
entire
backstory.
time was like, "Bitch, what the fuck did you just say to me?" She has very. I like that they very accurately animated
Very
the
expressive,
level of
very
no
expressive.
bullshit that short people take. Cause like, hold on. It's just a very specific way that they
Neo
handle
was
themselves.
not having any of that shit.
Yeah.
And a little after that, Tyrion comes in. He's a little less psychotic than usual, which I actually like. He's more devotedly crazy to Salem rather than just cackling like the fucking Joker 24/7.
I did kind of like that though.
I liked it. I liked it because he's psychotic and he loves taking pleasure out of pain. Like he loves seeing things suffer, but he loves serving his mistress. He doesn't just
Also,
cackle like he's not just cackling like a fucking idiot in the room. Like he's crazy, but it's a level of crazy that I like.
So what
And
were you
then,
gonna say, buddy?
But yeah, we were. Buddy,
I'm
you were just say
just
something.
trying to find the thing in Volume 3 about the virus. Turns out that the work-in-progress version of A Battle in Volume 3, for the first half of it, it was supposed, in the work-in-progress, it played We Will Rock You by Queen.
Of course. Why would it
Yeah.
not?
I don't know. The music for that fight kicked ass. It was Volume 3, Chapter 3, by the way, if you're looking for that scene.
Okay, thank you.
Transfer scene.
It's Brawl in the Family,
Yeah,
where
it's the
Crow
latter half
shows
of it.
up.
Yeah, it's the latter. Well, actually, he shows up in Chapter 2, but
You really see him in Chapter 3.
yeah, you see him fight in Chapter 3.
The best line, or one of the best lines from Crow. You
That was
think
one of
they're
your men I
scared of
shoot.
your little ships? Because in the video, it just shows Crow saying that, and then they post over part of it. Crow ends shipping drama.
Right, that was the best Ruby best character video that you spam in chat every once in a while, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Ah, yes. Quality content indeed.
My favorite
If you
line
were
from
one of my
this
men,
episode. Yes, that line.
If you were one of my men, I would have you shot.
If I were one of your men, I'd shoot myself. Like, Volume 3 Crow was something special, man.
Crow is always something special. It's just not always the kind of special we like.
Now he's kinda sad a lot.
Well, he's always been sad a lot, but
I know, but now
I think
yeah.
I think that the earlier volumes just kind of portrayed him as more secure in his sadness. But
he could, like, handle it better, you know?
Just Crow keeps taunting Winter and causing massive property damage. Notices Ironwood coming over.
Puts away a
his
weapon.
away. Just stares and motions her over.
It's like,
Winter attacks. Right before she hits him, you just hear, Schnee!
Snee! Yeah.
Bless you! I thought you sneezed. Winter.
anyways,
Winter, he started the altercation, sir. That's actually,
That's actually not true.
She attacks first.
after
Ironwood.
you
Is
destroyed
that
property,
right?
but
Winter just, oh damn it, the drunk is right.
silence is consent.
Oh. Ooh.
It's a legal term before anybody takes that out of
Yeah,
context.
and then Ozpin. Now, everyone. There's a sanctioned fight happening just around the corner at the Coliseum.
And I
I
assure
can assure
that
you
they
has
have...
better seats.
And popcorn.
And
Apparently,
popcorn.
that corner is in the air.
And for some reason, the man drinks hot cocoa all year round in a place that I don't actually think knows what winter is.
Mm.
Because
Anyways,
we see the entirety of a school year, pretty much, in Beacon, but it never shows winter. Like, you just see...
Yes,
like,
it does.
summer
She's
and
in Volume
spring.
3.
They only make it to like the second semester, don't they?
Oh.
Actually, no. It's the end of the year. It's towards the end of the year. And you know, who's to say that the year in seasons are the exact same months as?
So what you're
Ours,
saying
but
is
whatever.
Vale has Georgia weather.
Basically, yes.
Vail
Nice.
has California weather where it's never really all that too hot or too cold. It doesn't really fluctuate beyond more than 30 degrees.
Mm.
Just scene shifts to Ozpin's office. Winter, what were you thinking? Iron, if you're one of my men, I would have you shot. Crow casually pulls out alcohol. If I was one of your men, I'd shoot myself.
Me too, buddy. Me too.
MLG. I've dropped things. Oh no.
Winter, he was drunk. He's always drunk.
Anyways,
they turn around and Crow's just drinking.
Cackles like the absolute alcohol goblin he is.
He doesn't cackle, he's drinking.
just looks.
Insert the Minecraft drinking sound.
Slorp noises intensify.
Anyways, getting back to Volume 8, then we have the rest of the hooligan... the hooligan parade show up.
The hooligan.
And they got new outfits. The only thing I have to say is that what the fuck is going on with Hazel's abs?
Yeah, he has like a 12-pack. Here, hold on.
Also,
He's got like abs on his side.
if I'm reading that correctly, which I'm double checking to make sure, I'm trying to find Volume 3, Episode 3, but
Chapter 3. What are you looking for? I could probably quote it for you.
no, it's not a quote. I'm just trying to find the actual episode. But the
What
thing
scene?
the scene where they're talking in his office, because if I'm reading it correctly, then it looked like it got into Ironwood's scroll from Ozpin's.
That would make more sense
desk.
considering they found Penny's schematics later, and then and got access to the Amity Tower. So it's safe to assume they made her. I don't know. I don't even know them anymore, man. Ruby's weird like that. But again, it's past shit, and I don't think it even matters at this point. Because Ozpin, we already know it's his fault. Like, because he could have just sent them away because he's got a seat on the council.
Mm-hmm.
It always bugged me that the Huntsman Academies were not separate from the governments.
Actually, it mostly is.
They do have a seat on the council, though. That's the thing. So they're acting as a
Yeah.
de facto military force, which is the entirety. Even though they say they're not their military, that's what they really mean.
No, they are in Atlas.
They're only
but that's
they.
it.
Well, no. Here's the thing. Whenever there's a problem in the kingdom, they call upon its citizens. You're going to call upon your huntsman too. Like no brainer.
Well, you call upon whatever huntsman is working in the kingdom.
Yeah,
Because if it's
so
against
whoever
the
trains the
Grim,
best huntsman. Yeah,
well, Atlas.
or if you were to declare war on another kingdom, like who are you going to call on service on?
I believe Atlas mostly trains or mostly keeps its huntsmen within Atlas itself.
Yeah, like they indoctrinate them through military training and military lifestyle in order to encourage them to join special forces units.
And then Vacuo, Mistral, and Vale, their huntsmen all basically have free reign about where they go.
Well, same with Atlas, but they pressure them into joining it.
No, because the Huntsman Academy is part of the military.
It is. I believe I would assume there's some legal shit where they cannot send huntsmen to do military duties unless they're already a part of the military. I would assume, but Miles and Carrie aren't that savvy when it comes to world building to begin with, but Nick, no offense, I love them. Like, I love you to death, Miles and Carrie. But for the love of God, please explain to me why Lien is the world currency. Why do 4 different countries on 3 different continents have the same currency?
Simplicity, I guess?
Why does everyone in Mass Effect use the same currency? Made by a single race that no one trusts.
Because they're all a part of the same coalition.
Because they're all idiots.
Exactly.
By the way,
if you look at the kingdoms in RWBY, why do they all use the same currency? Because they're all idiots.
At least the currency is all backed in the same substance, which is dust. Like the price of dust values is where your value of Lien comes from.
Yeah, also, I caught the scene itself in the episode. It does, in fact, go from Ozpin's desk to Ironwood's scroll.
So I think you were right.
I can send you video of it if you would like.
I'm a first member. I don't need it. I can double check it.
I mean, I can just do it like this because it's already pulled up.
Oh, okay.
If you watch his hand closely when he picks it up, you see the Black Queen on his scroll, and it wasn't there before.
Yeah. Alright, so yeah, I think you're right, but it's...
Because also, Ironwood just got there.
Yeah. Anyways,
If he was already compromised before he got there, that would have...
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they had Watts, so technically it would have been entirely possible.
Possible. Either way, anyways, we're getting off track from Volume 8, dude.
Fair enough.
By the way, I put a picture of Emerald, Mercury, and Hazel's new outfits in the podcast topics
yes.
chat. I'm gonna put a picture of that in now.
Yeah, I was
So, yeah.
looking at that, and it looks like Emerald Mercury is actually sporting his traditional emblem, the winged shoe, on his chest now. Whereas
Yeah.
Emerald is actually deciding that she needs to bundle up for the weather, at least a
And
little bit more than she was before.
Well, to be fair,
And,
her entire
Hazel's saying,
stomach is
"Fuck
still
that."
showing, but also,
Yeah, it's a crop top, but Hazel is saying, "Fuck that! I'm gonna go ahead and be the badass I am,
But
and
also-
show off my 24 pack here, and just decide that I have no sleeves."
I mean, he doesn't
That's
feel
just
pain, so I don't think his cold receptors would work.
Well, no, it's his
Possibly,
semblance
yeah.
that he can shut them off. His pain
Basically,
receptors.
just inhibit his sense of pain.
Oh, it's not a passive ability? I thought that it was
No.
like a all the time thing.
No.
Probably
He only
drains
turns it
more
on when he
slowly.
starts stabbing himself.
By the way, also, I don't think the zipper on Emerald's thing would work. Because I've been trying to figure it
Have you
out.
seen Yang's outfit? Have you seen Yang's outfit?
I mean, that's fair, but also, like,
I'm
what the
pretty sure
fuck?
the zippers are just there to
Like
look
Blake
nice.
unzips her sleeves, but holds them together with a fucking belt, like on her arms.
Yeah.
I'm half expecting Yang to have like zippers up and down everywhere. She literally has zippers that she can take her pant legs off. So it seems to me that every single time they invent a new outfit for a character,
Tactical
they just add more
shorts!
they just add more zippers and belts to everything.
Well, if you look back at volumes 5 or 6, it's the only zipper really between Cinder, Mercury, and Emerald is a single one that looks because I'm pretty sure Mercury's wearing like a vest and it has a zipper on it. The only odd thing about the zipper is that it doesn't go all the way down the jacket.
Anyways, I think we should move on to the fact that we should move on to the next scene where with Oscar, or does anyone have anything to say about the scene with Salem?
I like the line where she says, "Just because you are more valuable to me than a pawn does not make you a player." That's just a really good
I do
line.
like that.
Needs to learn.
So basically, what she's
Player and
saying
then
is,
character.
just because you are more valuable to me than these Grimm, it doesn't mean that you are as important to me as Ozpin. or
As
even
myself.
You're not an actual player in this. You're just a tool for me to use.
Also, not saying that she's important. Like, it's just because you're more valuable doesn't mean you're valuable.
She's saying that she's not saying that she isn't important. She's saying that she doesn't. This is not her game to win. This is Salem's game.
Yeah, but
This
beyond
is
that, it's
her
also
victory.
It's also just because you're more valuable doesn't mean you're valuable. Like, a shiny rock could be considered more valuable than dog turd. Doesn't mean it's valuable.
True. Well, I think we can move on to the next scene. So Oscar is after falling down. It seems like Oscar's found shelter among some of the outermost citizens of Mantle, and he's basically greeted by, I don't know what it is about the scene. I don't know. Did anyone think that the colors in that scene felt a little too bright?
The reason they were bright was
Yeah,
probably
actually,
because of the
kinda.
fire.
No, but it just felt like the colors were too bright.
I mean, it's Mantle.
Not the
that's
lighting
probably
itself, but
why.
the actual colors.
Yeah,
It
it's
just
on
felt
Mantle.
too
That's
bright
probably
and happy. Like, I feel like a more muted cast. Because there was a character with like bright orange hat or hair or something in the forefront of the scene, and then when he first opens up, and it just seems like it's in your face.
Mm.
I just think that something more muted would have been better. Like, I want to see more browns, grays, and maybe even blacks.
I mean, that is how they normally characterize or color Mantle. It's
Not really. I don't know
Yeah,
what it is.
it's
just
normally all-
maybe if they added like more grayscale to their just to the characters in general, like even grade them out or something.
Yeah, I mean, I was more talking about Mantle is in the show has so far been shown as mostly just kind of dark and drab, because it's all brick buildings, stone streets, people in what clothing will let them survive,
True.
and everything's been choked out by ash.
I feel like that. Yeah, everything should be stained with ash and all this stuff, and it still feels a little too colorful. But beyond that, I think that they did a nice job of making this place look busy.
Because it looks like a place where you normally see people just sitting around waiting, but it's empty.
It just feels, but it looks cramped, doesn't it? By
Yeah.
busy, it just means there's a lot of stuff going on in the scene.
Yeah, but instead it just kind of feels like it just seems odd, because an area like that where you'd normally have you know several characters around, it's instead, from what I remember, it shows very few people.
Yeah, so something's up. It's like everybody's moving around somewhere, and it looks like they are evacuating people out of Mantle proper, which makes no sense. Where are they evacuating them to? We see later in the series that they are evacuating people. So, but maybe we should wait on getting that until we get further in the episode. So Oscar is approached by, I think, the first kind of faunus he sees. Like, I think he's a badger of some kind. Or a
Yeah,
mole, maybe.
Wait, that guy
Badger, I
was a
think.
faunus? I thought that was just an old dude.
Yeah, look at his hands. Look at his hands. He's got some sort of claws going on, and unless it's some sort of glove, I believe he's a faunus.
Well, I don't think it is a glove, because he uses them like they're his hands, and they look natural. They're the exact same. And also, I don't think someone in Mantle itself would have enough money to buy a pair of gloves that look like that.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Also, not many people
Unless it's
would
faunus
wear
or
them.
cultural appropriation or some shit. So he's some sort of badger faunus. I didn't realize that their actual hands could be changed. I knew they could have claws.
I mean, yeah,
but I
because
didn't
like
realize-
Tyson.
showed that.
I think that's the first time we've actually seen somebody with their actual limbs altered.
Well, no, because
We
like
haven't seen.
remember
imagine
Tyson?
the possibilities that brings out, like kangaroo
Right?
claws.
No, Tuxin didn't have any alterations. His arms were a bit more hairy, and he had claws in his hands, but that's it.
Yeah, he had actual talons.
As
It was
remember, he
retractable.
was, as Emerald and Mercury put it, he was some kind of big cat. Or
He was a
like,
puma.
was a
they
puma.
said something about putting down like a dog or something like that, and he said, "Actually, I think it was more of a big cat." And it's like, what, like a puma? Yeah, there you go.
We decided to exterminate the rat. Yeah, it's a callback to Red versus Blue.
Yeah, where
but it does open up the possibilities of different types of faunus being able to be around here, like people with kangaroo legs, and it opens up the possibility of somebody with like bare arms. Yeah, a grandma with bare arms would be the worst to pinch your cheeks.
Yeah, that would be
It would not be
unfortunate.
pleasant. But yeah, so somehow I believe Oscar and everybody in the gang, they all managed to group up, and some didn't like Oz. Like, here's the thing, that was something that was wigging me out. Didn't their scrolls get shut down by Ironwood last season?
That did happen.
So how the hell did they manage to contact each other?
they probably
Penny?
probably went back up.
Can they use Penny like a hotspot?
No, it's probably Dr. Polendina.
She, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised. Paulandina probably could do that, but
No, but
here's the
also
thing,
Paulandina
wouldn't their
is wanted
scrolls
at the
also
moment.
have like trackers?
Yeah, but Polendina.
I'm surprised the scrolls didn't have trackers,
I mean, they probably would have trackers.
If they
and
came,
yet they didn't manage to find any of them. So
did the scrolls come from Atlas?
They came from
Yes,
Ironwood.
yes, they did come from Atlas.
Oh, in that case, yeah, I'm not sure. But the thing is, it's Dr. Polendina. Yeah, he's not. Like, I'm not trying to say he's not a criminal or anything, but he's smart enough. He could probably just turn the scrolls back on.
he's the MacGyver. So basically, anything technical needs to get done, he does it.
I mean, he created Penny.
Yeah, he did. He was not alone. He was one of several geniuses working on it.
Yeah, but he was the main one behind it.
Yeah, he was the guy he was the donor.
No, Paladino doesn't have the money to be the donor. That was Atlas military.
No, I mean,
he was the sole donor.
Yeah, he used part of his aura to
Orcus.
create Penny's aura.
Okay, that makes more sense than saying I thought you meant SOLE.
No, like an organ donor. Except he's the sole donor. He was also the sole donor of the sole donor. He was also the sole donor.
Yes,
SOLE, SOUL.
I'm about to commit not breathe if you keep making me confused like this.
He was the soul donor.
He was the only donor of the soul.
He was the soul donor.
And he had to promise to not tell a soul.
Does that mean that Penny can now see soul?
Can now what?
Okay, and we're sure he's the sole person that knows about it.
Well, he's not the sole person that knows about it.
Pietro's a man of color. Do you think that Penny can sing some soul?
Very clearly. Except, I feel like her voice might be too high, but I don't know. So,
yeah.
So yeah, RWBY came in an airship and picked up Oscar.
They picked him up. Somehow they didn't see the airship. They didn't detect the scrolls, and so they managed to get him down to Mantle. They're with the Happy Huntresses now. They're with the Happy Huntresses.
Yeah, because the Happy Huntresses are doing something smart for once.
Yeah, well, actually, yes, they are. They're not deciding to antagonize or threaten political candidates by
openly in public.
They're stealing their military property.
Yeah, they're not trying to possibly cause an inquisition in Mantle or Atlas.
Nobody expects the Mantle Inquisition.
I mean, apparently the Happy Huntresses didn't.
But, yeah, so people talk. And
so, no, they get out, and we get into some weird dialogue.
Yeah.
So there was a weird dialogue going on between Yang and RWBY. Basically, Yang said, "You're a really shitty team leader."
It's like, far,
we said
your plans ain't doing
things
shit.
Aren't exactly going your way. Yeah, we said we'd follow you, but you're really kind of a shitty team leader, RWBY, so... Yeah. But did anyone else find that to be a little weird? So why is it Yang...
It seems very all of a sudden, yeah.
It does seem really weird. It seems like the decisions to split up the teams the way they did was a little weird. If anything, I would have expected it to be, the obvious choice. Team Juniper... And then,
I would have expected it to be
RWBY.
Ren, if anyone.
Because Ren was he was on board with the.
Because Ren's been a little bitch boy for a while now.
Ren has become the simp.
Not even a simp, just a fucking asshole in general.
No, I mean he's become a simp for Ironwood.
That's fair. Emerald 2.0.
Yeah.
No.
I do want to talk about the outfits this volume because there was a few minor changes to some of the character models going on around. I don't know if you guys noticed. I know I had to point it out to Ira, but Blake's hair has actually gotten a slight change. They've made it a little bit more wavy. They've added a little bit more layering to it so it doesn't look as flat. And
I didn't notice it being that flat last volume, actually.
It looked very flat last volume to me, and they definitely made a change. So I think that, honestly, it looks like the plan is they're going to have Blake, RWBY, Nora, Penny, and
Weiss.
Who else? Weiss go ahead. They're going to go for the bigger picture. They're going to go for the tower. They're going to send to get that up and running. So that is a two-man front because, and I feel like that's going to end up having to split into two more teams. One to actually get Amity up and running, and another team to go in and turn it and get Ironwood's password. Because apparently, in order for Amity to launch, you have to get a terminal greenlit. You have to get the terminal to green light because the way it works is you need to get the. I guess I don't know for whatever reason. It's like what's it called? What do they say? Houston, we have a problem. So it's like their control tower or whatever. So you need to either go into Ironwood's office or you can go to the base of it. So either you can go to the very top of Atlas or you can go to the very bottom of Atlas. Am I getting that right?
Yeah, that sounds right. So, and then I'm trying to remember. It's Jean,
So it's Jean.
Ren,
It's basically
Yang,
Jean, Yang, Ren, and
and
somebody else.
Penny. Wait, no,
No,
Penny's going with
Penny's
RWBY.
with the Elysian. But we all suspect that Penny's going to have a different role coming up, and we'll talk about that in a little few minutes because Penny did suggest another idea. She suggested that maybe we could just give Salem the staff of creation.
Which I mean, that's
Which is actually a good idea until
what?
Salem actually builds something.
Yes.
They could say, okay, please give us, say, however long, a few hours to get everyone evacuated or lower it safely. Like, please, just give us a time, and just give us a time. Please leave us alone.
Mm.
And it is a bargaining chip, but I don't know if Salem will have the mercy.
Nah, if they bring it to her when they're bargaining, she'll just kill them and take it. So that's not gonna.
I think they need to. I think they need to bargain it beforehand, and I think the only way you can do that is you can't send Penny. You have to send somebody else to arrange it, and you have to send them somebody to her as collateral. I just don't know how they would pull it off. The problem is you have to find a way to arrange that deal, and in any way, shape, or form. The thing is, we don't know if Salem can hold the maiden powers.
Well, she said earlier in the episode that she got Cinder to be the carrier of the maiden's powers. Specifically,
so it's possible that she's already
maiden's
a cup that's
powers,
already full and can't hold him.
Maiden's powers, which means that one person can hold more than one set of maiden powers.
That's true because Ozpin held all four. Remember, Ozpin held all four at one point.
Well,
Right.
that was before he turned them into a separate power thing. So yeah.
He basically split his power up into 4 pieces.
Into 5, actually, if you count himself. Then later on, he split it into 3, if you still count himself, with Crow and Raven.
Yeah, he's been giving away a lot of his magic, and so that begs the question: how much is he giving away? So back to this whole situation is so it looks like that we're going to have a multi-pronged front here. They're going to be working together, but they're going to try to do this in a safe manner. So we have Team RWBY. I'm not like RWBY, but the team headed by RWBY is going to go ahead. They're going to get Amity turned on. And that in itself is a two-pronged effort because you have to get the security turned on and you have to secure Amity.
Mm.
Because everybody knows about Amity now. So it's a two-pronged front. You have to keep it safe and you have to launch it. So that divides that team up a little bit further. And it begs the question, is that why they have more people? Probably. And so then you have the people who are going after just evacuating people out of town, which is Team Oscar. You got Yang, Ren, Jean, as well as who else? Ren, Yang, Jean. I think that's it.
I think Oscar is with them.
Yeah, Oscar. Right, Oscar. So that seems like you're going to have multiple prongs here because you have Salem sending somebody after Oscar, right? She's going to send it sounds like
she's sending that Grim thing after him.
Yeah, Oscar was the last person who had it. And so
beyond that, it's if they do have to give someone to Salem as collateral, or at least temporarily, it can't be RWBY or Penny because Penny, she has the maiden powers, and
And it
Ruby
can't be Ruby because plot armor.
Because plot armor.
Well,
And I don't
no,
think
it-
giving
no,
Oscar
because
would be a very
Silver-
good idea. Because she
No,
already
well, it can't
wants
be-
Oscar.
Yeah, it can't be Oscar, Ruby, or Penny. Ruby not because plot armor, but because she has silver eyes, and Summer Rose was specifically hunted down and killed by Salem's faction because of silver eyes.
Because of how useful they were against the Grimm, and all other series aside, I don't think the Silver Eyes really pose a threat to Salem at all.
Maybe not her personally, but
It affects her guards, and it affects her Grimm, and it affects her soldiers. Her
Honestly,
primary means of actually fucking everything up.
Well, actually, it might also affect Salem herself because it turned the giant Grim Dragon to stone, and we're not sure if Salem created that thing or that's been around since before then.
It's apparently been around for a long, long time, but we have no clue. That said, Salem also has the powers of infinite life. She has the blessings of creation. She also has the powers imbued in her from the pools of darkness. So she basically she's got blessings from both the gods.
Yes.
I don't think it's going to do anything. It might be annoying for her, like it's a big light, but I don't think it's going to really mean anything for her.
I don't think it's going to kill her.
I think it would affect her the same way it affected Cinder in Volume 3.
Well, no,
I think it would just hurt her.
Cinder has a pure Grim arm, though. That's different.
I know, but Salem is basically a Grimm at this point. She's a sentient Grimm.
Okay, but guys, the question is, did the eyes affect Cinder that much because she had used a Grimm to steal the maiden powers?
Yeah,
maybe.
Because what happened is that the beetle basically infused with her.
Wait, but I thought that she was using her right hand when she sorry, I thought she was using her right hand when she took the maiden powers initially.
Well, this is Rooster Teeth, who forgets which hand is on their characters and when they put it on their merch, so I wouldn't put it past them.
Okay, fair enough.
But I think that's what it's meant to imply, is that the Beetle Grimm would kind of fuse, because we see the glove fuse with her. And I think that's what it is meant to imply, and I don't think they ever really did a good job of ever hinting at it or showing that's the reason why it affected her. But I think that was the reason why. That's why it affected her in the first place. And later on, obviously, she's using a Grim arm, so that's why it hurts her.
Why did it fuck up her eye, though?
Maybe
have a Grim eye at that point.
Well, maybe it was spread all the way up through the arm into that side of her face.
Maybe. But if that was the case, why didn't it fuck up the entire half of her face and just her eye?
Yeah, because remember, one eye lit up.
Well, okay, but beyond even that, do you guys remember where she got Amber with the Grim? Right over that eye.
True.
Ooh, karma.
And then it got cut off halfway through.
Gotcha, bitch!
That's ultimate karma.
If it had gone all the way, it probably wouldn't just be Cinder's left side affected by this thing.
Maybe. It's possible. I have a feeling no matter how much it
So what you're saying is Crow low-key saved Cinder's life.
I wouldn't say go that far.
Well, no, because if she had gotten the maiden powers, she might not have tried to go for the fall beacon just yet.
If she got the full maiden powers, I feel like she would be more confident. The way they wrote her in Volumes 5 is irreversible. There's no way they can come back from that level of stupidity. I'm sorry, but Volume 5's finale is just like such utter bullshit. Like, okay.
I did like the Raven versus Cinder fight, though. That was cool.
Oh yeah, no, that was cool. That was cool.
It's the most anime shit they've done so far.
Yeah, but also Cinder McFalls a lot strikes again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I really wish they killed her in Volume 5.
Honestly, based on the injuries she has and what happened, she should have been dead in Volume 3.
I'm fine with her surviving in Volume 3 because it gives a chance for the character to grow a little bit, and we get to see her fall. We get to see her at okay, yeah, ha 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 ha.
Haha.
But we get to see a character
Funny.
you really never get to really experience the best part of a villain until you get to see them fall, how they react, and what they do next.
When
Most
you say
of the time, when you see villains in these shows, they fall and that's it. They are thwarted and then they have no plan after that and then they're done because that's the end of the show, right? But think about like Avatar: The Last Airbender, where an antagonist, Zuko, hits his lowest point. That's a turning point for him. And he chooses, and then his action, he chooses, to side with his sister and take down Aang, right?
Yeah.
And then we see he's not happy with his decision. We see the consequences of that. We get to see Cinder get everything, get the power, then fail, then just basically be belittled by all of these other people, by Watson, Tyrion, and Hazel. So honestly, I think that Volume 4 Cinder is her most interesting point for me. Despite what was revealed in this episode with her scrubbing floors and rising up from some dirt and muck,
Okay.
I really think that
like
Volume
actual
4 Cinder
Cinderella.
might still,
Okay.
yeah, like actual
Just
Cinderella.
to be that guy who makes the joke. Sorry, any viewers, this is not meant to offend anyone. But basically, what you're saying, Cinder's backstory is someone looked at her and said, "Make me a sandwich."
Christ.
More
I
like,
wouldn't
"Go wipe
doubt
up
it
my
for
shit."
Rooster Teeth nowadays.
I wouldn't put it past them. They've done some weird character choices in recent years. But yeah,
They've
I
done
really do think
I
that...
mean, I'm not
I
even
really
talking
don't-
about in-show decisions, but, that
I
too.
mean, they've done some weird things in shows in far from recent years. Back in season 6 or 7 of Red vs. Blue, they decide, okay, anytime you say that someone is on Cabooses' team and he should help them, he immediately takes it as murder. Which
I mean, that's kind of always been Caboose, though.
yes, however,
They have
before
the
it
way
was never
Rooster Teeth writes
intentional.
these characters is that they basically
Before
take a few basic surface level concepts of a character and they kind of blend them all together. Blake is quiet. She likes books. She's the assassin. She's a faunus. She's an abuse victim of abuse. She is... What else is Blake? What is Blake?
Cat girl.
That's it. Cat girl, yeah. The way I described it, I believe in another server, and so many people got pissed at this. Basically, I described the world of Remnant and in all of RWBY's characters and its world building as an extremely vast ocean that's only 5 feet deep.
Damn.
I mean,
There's
you're
so
not wrong.
many amazing concepts that they never delve into them.
You all know you all know a character they could have handled much better?
Hit me.
Roman Torchwick.
I agree.
I
feel
really
like they
wish
kinda
Roman
do
was
it
still
for-
alive, dude.
I know.
I
it's
honestly
like-
think that Roman's voice actor, Grey Haddock, made the character. Like, there's no pulling that character off without Grey Haddock. Even though he was, when in an administrative position, it was not good.
Right.
His
he did
voice
some
work
weird
as
stuff,
Roman
right?
Torchwick is really good. He knows what he's doing. He's been in this industry a long time. He knows what he's doing. He knows his shit. I really would have liked to see. I really would have liked to see him. They use Roman's semblance, which was actually the Sheep Girl's semblance.
Actually, no, he didn't. He never found it.
No. They revealed that it was going to be his semblance.
What was
But they
going to be
decided
his semblance?
against it. His semblance was going to be the ability to store anything he touches in like a pocket dimension in his hand.
Oh, you're
It's called
shitting
deep
me.
coffers. It was the girl who stored the truck in her hand. Remember, that was going to be his semblance. They revealed that in the commentary.
Okay, but the thing about Roman
What?
is
Huh. Okay.
he was like
Now imagine them pulling off a heist and Roman using his semblance to steal a mech in there, though.
that's probably how they got that would have been a good way of having them get the paladins.
Yeah, we would have
That
got to
would
see a whole
explain
heist
how
with
they
him,
got
Neo,
the
and-
paladins. Hell.
That would have been a cool scene, getting to see them pull off a heist together and
I
steal
really
the
want to
paladin.
see like a RWBY spinoff where it's just the perspective of the villains,
Oh my god, Ruby, that
or
would be horrible. That would be
or
the worst show ever.
Yeah.
or no,
My
I mean
sister died.
no,
I'm
more
gonna go.
specific.
I'm gonna go
No,
join the.
okay,
I'm gonna go join
I
the
misspoke.
Queen of Demons.
I misspoke. I mean a show from the perspective of Roman, like all the shit he did leading up to his death. Because I feel like that would be entertaining.
A show about how Roman Torchwick builds the most intricate, most powerful crime syndicate in all of Vale.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it was
Like
worldwide.
that would be really cool. Like a remnant, like a remnant building the mafia.
But I also feel like
I'm-
it would end up just being a show full of nat 20s and critical fails.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely. But I mean,
It would just be.
But aren't those kind of the best
oh no,
sometimes?
Roman is disarmed. He rolls a complete. He rolls the highest dice of whatever on charisma. Suck my dick, bitches.
Bitch, you thought.
Okay, but you want to know the thing that makes it the worst about how they handled Roman's character?
What?
The fact that he decided to climb on top of a moving vehicle surrounded by man-eating creatures.
I mean, my thing about that is it could be explained as he wanted room to maneuver because
He wanted
with
to
him
be
and Neo,
badass as
with-
possible.
okay, but with him and Neo together, putting them in an enclosed space doesn't work well.
Well, they're both
Now-
close-range fighters, and if you give Ruby more space,
Yes,
in
but
a,
the
here's the thing,
hallways.
in a close quarters hallway, she can't swing her scythe, and if
Actually-
you're close, she can't fire her rifle because she can't put distance between you and them.
Actually, Ruby has used her rifle at close range, and the
True.
other thing is,
Also, she can use her scythe and kind of turn it into a spear a little bit.
She can use like that. Isn't there like a spiky thing on the bottom of the handle?
Yes, there is.
I don't know about that, but
No, there is.
beyond, okay, but beyond
That's how she
that,
plants it into the ground.
Okay, but even beyond that, it's if you take a look at it, the
Piper,
the
no.
hallways in the Elysian airships are wide enough. Ruby could probably swing her scythe in them.
Because you already know Ironwood's gotta flex his non-existent big dick energy.
He has compensation issues, yes.
But maybe getting back to the series, I think we're getting a little off track here.
Just
We
a
were-
little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
What was that? What was the biggest thing about Roman that you wish they fucked up?
They killed him.
Well, beyond that, it's how they handled him in general. He's the man that basically single-handedly, except maybe Neo, managed to build the biggest, most successful crime syndicate in probably all of Remnant. Never
Except
got-
for maybe Mistral,
no, probably even
because
beyond
they
that.
decided,
Mistral does have the Mafia, but Roman probably actually is bigger than any single Mafia family.
Mistral has the Mafia, but Roman is the Mafia.
I really want to see Junior come back. I'm not gonna lie. Like, no reason in particular. I just think it would be cool.
Fair enough.
I
Fair
mean,
enough.
beyond that, it's that it's after doing all of that, they make it so, what the only time he got caught, I'm assuming, like, because they had a mugshot of him, he probably let them catch him just so that they could have the mugshot.
Yeah, honestly, that seems like
It
something he would
seems
do.
like
Or
something
that,
he would
or he
do.
just or he beat himself.
Dude, he was
up,
smiling.
took a selfie and put it on his Snapchat.
You
and
already
sent
know,
it to
dude.
the cops and said, "Here." I
You
got
already
my
know
mugshot
he
just in
posted that
case
shit on
I
Facebook.
ever get bored and want to turn myself in.
No, because they number thing too, so
You can make those. Just like spray paint a piece of cardboard or some shit.
yeah, but it was an actual like a police one. It's
You mean like
and,
a
and
tarp
beyond
that shows you how tall you are? Dude, I have one of I had one of those back in my studio in high school.
Beyond that, can you see Roman doing anything besides just going in, saying, like committing a crime, getting away with it, except just letting himself get caught for the mugshot.
Fuck, what's that
Well,
thing?
clearly he was
Smacks
beating him up,
lips,
so because
eats
he's
a
all beaten up in
Skittle.
his mugshot. So
Yeah, you seem to. Well, actually, yeah. Even if he was, he would definitely let them do that just to get a mugshot.
Then he just escapes immediately because Neo.
he's just so sassy. Like he's got a lot of
He's so
personality.
sassy.
That's the thing.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
I think that's what
over.
made the character. He was just really sassy. I think that's what made it. He had a lot of persona.
I just love that type of character. I just
No, I do
vibe
too.
with them really hard, you know?
I mean, I can understand why, because he does all of that, and then he manages to get caught off guard by Cinder.
This is true. Anyways, so let's
Back to
what do you guys think
Volume
about
8.
these-
We went 5 years back in time.
Yeah, that was wow. I just got a nostalgia trip there.
That's fine.
But yeah, so looks like we have a 2-pronged team, but each of those 2 prongs looks like it's going to start dividing into 2 different plot lines because we have Salem's Grim going after Oscar, and then we have Ruby and Penny's team, which has a 2-pronged front. They have to keep Amity safe, and they have to go turn on the launch code. So it looks like there's going to be 4 fronts. So, but then we have another front, if you think about it. We have Crow, who is actually in custody. So it looks like this volume is going to be all over the place. It doesn't look like it's going to be following any one character. So it looks like we may or may not be getting the characters we want every week. That, or we're just going to get super long episodes, because we know that Volume 8's been in production for a long time. That, or we're going to end up getting like a couple of characters every episode. Like Volume 4. What do you guys think about the whole situation we have going on here with the characters and how we got them split up?
I mean, I don't know. Seems like it can. It seems like it could be interesting if they pull it off correctly.
As with anything, I think they have really great ideas. Let's just see how they execute it. But I'm willing to bet that again we're gonna get 4 different perspectives going on here at some point. But it does look like RWBY is going with Penny and Nora. So I'm assuming that Blake is staying behind with Pietro. Is that right? Or were they all together in the streets together?
I'm not sure, actually.
You want to scroll back there real quick? I don't know if you have that open or whatever. If not, it's okay. Because if Blake was there, Blake was there. So either they're all going to go get the launch code first.
Yeah, Blake
And
is
then we're all
with
good.
RWBY at the moment.
Okay, so was she there like outside?
Yeah, I mean she's like with her, like at the
Okay,
moment.
then we're good. Then it looks like then it's not going to be a 2-prong front on that end. But we do know that Yang is going to be wide-eyed about something because that GIF was tweeted by Rooster Teeth.
Big spooky.
So I'm assuming that Oscar's
Big
going to get
spook.
kidnappioed.
By the Grim Boy, yes.
Yeah, by the Grimmy boy. We don't even know what kind of Grim it is yet.
No response
What
is
happens
possible.
after that? I forget what exactly happens after this little conversation.
They
because...
continue to plot. Yang's team is going to Pietro's shop because he made bikes or something.
He made them gear.
Yeah. New gear.
Right. One more thing I want to touch on is that Yang calls RWBY out on how much of a shitty team leader she is.
I
She
feel like
basically
that kind of
says,
came out of nowhere.
We
I'm not
agreed
gonna
to
lie.
follow. Yeah, it did kind of come out of nowhere. It was like, what? If anything, I think Weiss should be the one calling RWBY out and thinking that I want to help my people. These are my people. Then again,
well,
it's
honestly,
Weiss. She'll always think lower of the plebes.
honestly,
She
I
always
would have
thinks that
expected
people are
Blake to say that, if anything. Because she would
You
kind of
know,
understand how Mantle felt.
that said, I think Blake understands the value of the long game.
Yes.
Being somebody who's persecuted, you understand that it's not something that's going to happen overnight. You understand that something so big, it needs to have that nudge forward, and it's not going to happen overnight. Because if you try too hard, you're going to turn into something that you don't want to turn into. That's at least that's what RWBY tells us. My thoughts on RWBY's take on racism is very something for another video. But basically, that's what Blake thinks. Is that she thinks that these things, you have to take it one step at a time. You have to change the society. You can't just force it upon others. That's how she thinks. She thinks like her father.
Who has been proven correct on that point, so.
Yeah, because well, yeah. Basically, Yang says that, well, we agreed to follow you, but things haven't been going very well. And so I think Yang is just looking. She's looking.
Oh shit! Do we have depressed Yang back from Volume 4?
I don't think it's so much as depressed Yang, but so much as Yang looking to do some good, because things have been going so shitty that she needs to feel like she's doing some good.
Fair.
I think that's what's going on with Yang.
Maybe also because a lot of things going bad have been her fault.
Yeah.
Like the Happy Huntresses knowing about Amity.
And
well,
this
but
is
that was
piss off a lot of
intentional,
people,
though.
but Yang and Blake are not paired together again, which was their whole thing last volume. Wasn't that their whole thing? Like, even Marrow said that, you guys could try, like, changing it up.
And then they kicked somebody's ass.
They kicked the Grimm's ass.
If I remember correctly, Yang's eyes went red when he said that.
Yeah, she got angry. She got angry.
You won't like me when I'm yangry.
God help anyone who pisses that chick off. Yeah, but so I have to wonder: is that the result? What are they going for there? Because Yang and Blake seemed like they were inseparable up until like right then. Like, what happened? Well,
yeah, I mean, but Ren and Nora seemed inseparable until Volume 7 happened. So
go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I mean, just like Ren and Nora seemed like they weren't going to have any issues, and then they kind of just threw in angry Ren in Volume 7 for no apparent reason.
Volume 7, that was weird. It looks like they were having like relationship issues.
But it came out of fucking nowhere. They just made Ren angry.
We assumed that they were together after Volume 4.
And literally, one of the most popular songs from that thing is called "Let's Get Real," and it's a Renora song.
I love that song. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna be honest.
I love "Let's Get Real."
It's all right.
I think it's one of the better ones on the track. I'm not a fan of "Touch the Sky."
Dude, "Touch the Sky" was a fucking banger. What do you mean?
I don't know what it was. It didn't cry out to me. It wasn't my thing. I preferred "Hero," "Let's Get Real," "Celebrate."
"Celebrate" was good.
And maybe War. And,
dude, okay, War is better when it has the full intro attached to it. Like, if you listen to then you trained us, and then you listen to War, it's better.
All right. I will definitely give that a shot. I liked War. I think it was okay. But I liked the two end songs. Fear and what was the other one?
I thought that there was only one.
No, there was two. There was one that played during Onspen's speech, and then there was the end song. Like the ending credits song. I'll have to look at the soundtrack real quick. It's Fear and something else. Until the End.
Right, yeah.
Fear. Those were both really good.
I thought you were
Anyways,
talking about like credit songs.
well, that was the credit song.
Well, no, the credit song was "Fear" until the end
Was it?
played during Ozpin's
Oh.
whole speech thing.
Yeah, I got confused because his speech was about fear.
Yeah.
Anyways, another, I think, oh, right, there was one more thing that came out of that whole conversation in the house. Oscar and Ozpin, Oscar is going to tell everyone, but he's decided, no.
He needs to
you
wait
and
a
I
bit.
have to leave some ground rules. We need to talk.
Yeah.
You cannot see your friends until I scold you.
I
Wait,
really
Ozpin
wanted
was
Ozpin to
doing
say
that?
like, "Okay, mom," or some stupid shit. Just,
All right, princess.
well, excuse me, princess.
Oh my god.
I'm trying to think.
Anyways,
Was there anything else after they left the room?
Nope, that was it.
Wow, that
So I think-
episode was like really short.
Yeah, it was 18 minutes long. But nothing happened.
That's been decently short. I mean, it seems
It's
like
18 minutes. It's fine.
it seems like it was exposition for the next
Yeah,
couple
it was like,
episodes.
hey, this is what's happening in the entire volume. Great.
We had a
We
nice
get
little
like to
visit
hear
from our
anything.
good friend Thomas. Exposition.
All right, now we get to the. I think we get to the last scene, which is Winter is in a hospital bed.
Right, that's what I was trying to
They
think of.
are looking over. They're looking over Clover's body. He's dead.
I don't know why they have him in a fucking like hospital bed.
It's a morgue. It's
I'm not
it's a
sure
morgue.
he's dead.
It's a morgue.
If it's a morgue,
is the
then
morgue
why
in the
is
hospital?
Winter there? She's very clearly alive.
Well, they're
Why
all
is the
dead
morgue
inside, anyways.
Inside of
That's-
the hospital.
True.
I think they're just going over his body with the doctors and shit. They had to do some medical tests or whatever. I don't know. Whatever. It's probably whatever. They were paying tribute to his fallen comrades. If Clover fucking lives, I'm calling bullshit.
Yeah, dude, you could literally see the light leaving his eyes when he died. Like,
yeah,
what
like,
the
what
fuck?
the fuck? Do not revive him. I wanted
You wanted to
I
be
want
able to
Queer
speak,
Crow.
bitch boy?
you want that too? I wanted Clover and Crow to be best buddies, if not more, as much as the next person. But what's done is done. They did the deed. He's dead. Please, for the love of God, do not undermine another character death. First you did it with Cinder, then you did it with Pendy, then
With
you did
Pendy.
it with who else? Neo, not Neo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
kinda with Neo.
not really, Nia.
Kinda, not really. We already knew that she was fine, but we all expected her to never come back anyways. But she only came back for fan service. But whatever. Please do not, for the love of God, do not revive. Do not revive him.
I swear to
please.
Christ, if you say Torchwick, I'm gonna be mad.
No,
Clover, right, cool.
Please do not revive. Please do not revive Clover.
No, don't.
Oh,
Yeah,
and,
nah.
Don't bring him back.
Don't bring him back. Didn't people get mad because they killed him? Like, people got actual real life angry at Rooster Teeth?
They did, and this is a really serious topic. Okay, serious topic time.
Oh boy.
This is some. Yeah. So this is
Insert
something
serious
called queer
music.
baiting. Yeah. So this is something called queer baiting, and it is real. It does happen, and I don't think Rooster Teeth was intending to queer bait anybody. They just wanted Crow to have a genuine friend, and then rip his soul out as he feels guilty for his death. I don't think that they intended to have the LGBT underline as much as they did, but it happened. And while I grieve for all the communities that has happened, I don't think they meant any malintent by it. That said, it was a very dumb decision to frame a lot of those Crow and Clover scenes as they did, because they did come off as a little bit of a romantic undertext. I don't know if you guys caught that.
Like, I've been rewatching RWBY recently. the tone they set a
Yeah.
lot of the time is, you know,
Yeah,
not
and
exactly
so I
PG,
get what
is
they were
what I'll
going
say.
for. They wanted to give him a friend, but it came off as very romantic. And then having you guys kill him off, it felt like a stab in the gut. No joke intended there. Very bad phrasing on my part there.
Penetration.
Thank you for that, Ira.
You're welcome. Out here making
But
stuff
yeah.
not better.
Well, I just he's dead. Let's leave it at that. So, yeah.
So, yeah.
And I think the next thing we need to talk about
Moving on,
is...
Iron Man shot somebody, like, in the face.
Yeah, he
Like-
decided, you know what? The election has happened. We tallied up all the votes. There was
There
big
are
voter
no-
fraud.
So, yeah, okay.
I'm just gonna shoot.
No.
I'm just
Okay,
gonna
okay,
shoot
here,
waste.
listen. Oh,
Candidates.
fuck. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. I pressed a button. What did I do?
Okay,
Oh,
look.
shit. Oh, fuck. Alright, cool. Fixed.
How to actually describe the Atlas election. So we tallied up the vote, and by that I mean the singular vote, from one General Ironwood for, let's see here. Yes, I believe that says martial law.
Yeah. Yeah, his weapons are called due in process.
It's due process. And so,
I mean, in some games I name my 2 pistols.
So
Death
he
and
killed
Taxes.
somebody with due process without due process.
I mean, in some games I call my weapons Death and Taxes, so.
bro, if I had double revolvers, I would name one babies and one taxes.
So
My
Is any-
name is
I feel like- I
Michael
feel like this was a really weird
Jacobus,
decision. I
and
feel like this is a
I
really
hate
weird decision.
babies. Sorry, what?
I feel like they really didn't want anybody siding with Ironwood, because you know how many people actually sided with Ironwood saying, yeah, I actually agree with Ironwood.
Yeah, and then
in this case because
well.
their military is fucked. They have no other option but to go up into the sky, say fuck you, and pull some Lord of the Flies bullshit and stay until they start eating each other, and the shit eventually crashes because it hasn't been maintained in a few centuries.
I feel
I'm good
like
for 2 centuries apiece.
I feel like
I'm good for
Atlas
2
would turn
centuries
into a
apiece.
kind of. So have you ever played BioShock Infinite?
Yes.
I feel like
And
it
I
would
feel
turn
like, yeah,
into a
that's
kind of
what's happening
Columbia scenario.
No, see, I feel like it would turn less into Columbia and more into Rapture.
Well,
Yes. Yes.
potentially
Slicers up the wall.
spider
I mean, you'd
ladies
have
that
those
scare
people
me.
with the wall climbing semblance being like, sup.
Sup, bitch? Give me your dust.
Schneedas Company gets eaten alive.
Oh no, you can eat companies.
Honestly, Jacques probably already gets eaten alive whenever he wants to, because he's that kind of an asshole.
I mean, I figured you were gonna say because just, the sheer
Because
fact...
he, has a few things in common with good old Clover over there.
I mean, I had more meant along the lines of he's a meat puppet controlled by a clip-on tie.
Oh. That too. Solid. 7 out of 10? But yeah, fuck, what was the thing I was gonna say?
So I feel like they just wanted to make Ironwood seem like a bad guy, because there were people who were siding with him. I was one of them at one point, and I was like, okay, I actually agree with him, because in this situation, the biggest horde of Grimm they've ever seen is here. I would want to get the fuck away too, because I have no other options left to me. It's all I can know. It's all I know I can do, because even if I manage to get Amity working, there's no guarantee. This at least guarantees to buy Remnant time.
If you
It'll buy
really
them
want to,
some
okay,
time.
but listen, if we're talking about buying remnant time, just drop Atlas out of the sky. That explosion will be big enough to take out a decent amount of Salem's horde.
But she gets the relic. That's the thing.
I know.
If you keep
She's
you
gonna
keep
get the
both
relic either
relics out
way.
of their hand. Well, I'm sorry, at least the creation relic out of her hand for a few hundred years. That buys Remnant time to recover. That's the thing. That's
While
the thing.
also
That's why,
taking
that's
away their
initially why I
main
was like
dust
that, and then I was
source,
like,
which
okay,
is
that doesn't
their
make any
only
sense. I
real
actually kind of agree
defense
with.
against Salem.
Yeah, so that's why I was originally for Ironwood, and I think that's why a lot of people were agreeing with him because, yeah, they don't have any other options to keep to guarantee that the relic is taken out of their hands, out of Salem's hands. So that's why
How
a lot
does
of people sided with
Ironwood
him. But
know
here's the
how
thing: why does he
high
just straight up shoot the guy? Why doesn't he just have them arrested?
to make a point?
Again, I feel like they just wanted to make Ironwood look like as bad of a bad guy as possible.
Punctuation with a capital POW.
Capitulation with a fucking yeah, with a capital A. It was I just had a stroke.
With a
Capitalization with a fucking cap to the head.
cap to the... Yeah, that's fair.
There you go. I had a stroke there. Oh Jesus.
I think
That
we're
time
losing
when
brain cells.
Yeah.
That time when in a game they say, handle this with great care. My immediate
Shoots him in the
reaction,
fucking
toss
face.
it in a bag and throw it around.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. They just shot the guy. They didn't shoot the short, fat woman of color. Because he couldn't shoot her. They couldn't shoot a short, fat woman of color.
No, he couldn't see her beyond his own ego. She's too short.
She's too short. Too small.
Oh god. Oh no.
He
what happens
dare
when he
not
fights
put
Neo?
his
What happens if
chin
Iron
down
fights
to
Neo,
the
then?
peasants.
I think that's all there is that.
Yeah.
By the way, Marrow looks like when Ironwood shoots the lady, Marrow is just looking like he's regretting his life choices.
Dude, I honestly...
Marrow is the one guy I actually trust to lead the Aesops because he has a conscience.
Well, I mean, Harriet got spooked by it. And then she looked kind of sad.
But here's the thing, Harriet got spooked by the fact that RWBY doesn't disagree with her and decided that she was the bane of her own existence. So, yeah.
So, yeah, I guess any final shit and stuff?
I'm hoping that this volume decides to really take away from the hero-centric morality. And I'm glad that we're starting to see a divide in the way the characters think. And I don't agree.
Divide
with how
them,
they
tear
broken
them
it up.
apart, yes.
I don't agree with how they which characters chose what. But I agree that we're no longer of the same mindset among the heroes. Finally, we have different moralities, different choices, different consequences.
We're getting multiple... what are they called? We're getting multiple alignments. It's happening. They're not just all lawful good. But yeah, so that was episode 16 of the Stupid Stuff podcast. I hope you all enjoyed. You all enjoy... Fuck it.
Our seeming main spokesperson cannot English.
I can't words very good. English
Okay,
hurt
now
my
you have to.
brain.